Thank you so much for sharing your morning, just about afternoon, your midday with me. I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics. Thank you so much for sharing your time today to talk about these, I think, I think exciting changes that are actually happening. Check this out, the Secure Act. And we talked about that on our Afroeconomics Lives over the last couple of years. But as things gradually come into action, the Secure Act expanded the required minimum distribution age. Also, a retirement change. The required minimum distribution age changed in the Secure Act 2.0 to 73 years old. A lot of you remember when it was 70 and a half, and it gradually is changing. Now it's up to 73. Well, this one is about the catch up, a super catch up. And some of you may be familiar. Make sure you chat with me if you're familiar with the catch up. If you have any questions, the most interesting thing about it is this catch up itself was designed to help people over 50 catch up money they may not have saved or not been able to save. So when you have a maximum amount that the IRS will allow you to put into your account, and there's a maximum for IRAs, but there's also a maximum amount of now at 23,500 for 2025, the maximum for a person that's under 50 years old. But now, if you're 60 to 63, you actually can do what is called the super catch up. How are y'all doing? Thank you. So the super catch up doesn't limit you to the 7,500 catch up. And catch up is like if you have 23,000 and you're 50 and over, and you have 23,000, and that's easy for you to put away for your retirement at work. Then the IRS is now saying that you could put away another 7,500. That's the regular catch up. And when you're 60 to 63, you can now do 11,000 additional dollars. So not 7,000 plus 11,000, but you can do the 23,000 in the work retirement plan that it allows. And then you can do the 11,250 additional dollars into that retirement plan. So between 60 and 63. And I think it's based on that when people get to 60, 63, they're generally some of their responsibilities may be grown. Like say they had children, and when the children were younger, they had to, pay for college or things like that. Or, it's just in hopes of that someone in 60, 63 may have some additional dollars that they want to save for themselves down the road. And they want to reduce their current taxable income. So I would say the biggest advantage to it is that a lot of people at 60, 63 are making their maximum income. This will be the highest income they'll ever make. So they want to talk to me about tax strategies. A major tax strategy is reducing the amount of income that you have to pay taxes on. So does this apply to someone born in 1959 that is about to be 66 years old? So okay. And look, I want to be sarcastic. I said 60 to 63. And then you come with 66 years old. You look, you just like, it's a yes or no question, huh, Snoopy D? Okay. It does not apply to you at this point, at this person. If you're turning, if you're over 63 years old and you're still working, this does not apply to you. And you got to take it up with the government on why they only allow you to do it between 60 and 63 with this super catch out. Because one could argue that a person 66 or over 63 may have a lot more extra income and we're working longer and longer. Now, like, I am working daily on trying to, not trying to, you have to speak in the affirm. I work daily to take care of myself, to increase my health span so that I can enjoy more and more of my life, just like you, Snoopy D. So, you have more and more healthy years, then you may want to work and make more and more money, especially if the person is at their maximum income. They're making all that money and they want to reduce their income even more. But when they're over 63, this super catch up doesn't apply. So that's something to talk to your congressperson about. Like, why doesn't the super catch up have unlimited? Like, I would say that's, the someone 80 that might want to reduce their taxable income, and they're still working. Why not allow them to do it as well? But the required minimum distribution is designed because you've been growing the money tax deferred, skipping the point to, like, the IRS, does want us to pay taxes on this money. Work retirement plans are a great way to reduce your taxable income. Dollar for dollar, it's reducing your taxable income. Could even bring you down. At this point, you're talking about putting away 23,000 plus another 11,000, so over $34,000 that you would be, putting away pre-taxed. Yeah. So how many people really have that challenge when statistically it's less than 20%. Less than 20% of people actually max out their retirement plans at work. Less than 20. Yeah, it says only 14% of workers max out their 401ks, with the vast majority of these contributions, of those contributors, the vast majority of those people who are maxing out make more than 150,000. And that's something. And roughly half of American workers don't have access to employer sponsored plans. So they're saying, like, over one out of two of you don't work somewhere where they have a work spot, one of the 401k or 403b or thrift savings plan. No, so for a lot of people, they need to talk to me about, saving strategies and reducing their tax strategies and how to maximize um, saving, because tax deferral on your save, like, you can save many ways, but taxable savings, over the you're and you're paying taxes on it each year, it's actually pulling from your long-term returns and your long-term accumulation. Tax deferral is a beautiful thing. And it is amazing to me how many people that who put out, like, they're giving you financial advice and they're trying to move you away from ways to actually reduce your taxation. Reducing taxation is a great way to improve your wealth. Believe me, right? No, it's really, I'm laughing, but it's very serious that we don't take advantage of tax strategies and the work retirement plans as much as we said, as the research is saying, that less than 20% are actually even maximizing their participation. So the regular individual retirement account, the contribution limits for 2025 have stayed the same at $7,000 a year, and an additional $1,000 can be done for catch up for a person over 50,000 who participates. But the workplace retirement plans like the 401k, 403b, thrift savings plan, 457, these are all tax codes for work plans. The catch up contributions for those over 50 remains at 7,500 for 2025. But that super catch up is for people over 60. So the individual 60, 61, 62, 63 can contribute the maximum amount and then do that 11,000 super catch up. So they're putting it says that so then when they turn 64 to Snoopy D, that you will go back to the regular catch up. You could still do the 7,000 catch up for people over 50. But the super catch up provision is for that little 60 to 63 um, window. Interesting, right? According to retirement research at Boston College, it says a common retirement goal is to save 15%, including employer contributions of income for retirement per year. So that means someone making 100,000 typically aims to save 15,000 a year. To save the 34,000 a year for retirement, a worker would have to be making 230,000 for that to represent 15% of their income. Wow. So if they're having housing expenses and other debts and other expenses, would this $34,750 super catch up and contribution really be relevant to the overwhelming majority of workers? Would it even be possible for the overwhelming majority of workers? According to research, no, but that does not mean that we don't need to get on it. And most importantly, it doesn't mean that I don't need to tell you about it. Like, silly of me to listen to that, research and then say, yeah, no, I'd be able to do it. Even if one of you are able to do it. And, because of most of my members, I encourage them to save 20%. Queen Howard, yes. I encourage us to save more, not just, based on some rule of thumb, but to save as much as you can pre-taxed so it grows tax deferred. Yes, down the road when you're older, you would have to draw it out. Yes, it would be a taxable event, but your entire income situation will be different down the road. So I think that a lot of us aren't talking to licensed professionals like me and getting the help with this retirement, with these retirement accounts as you should, that you would find that at some point in your life that the AfroEconomics membership could have really helped you tremendously. So I want to encourage you to take advantage of the membership so that we can, stay on top. Like on Friday morning, we have our members only meeting, to talk about timely topics like this. Who is it relevant to? Who is it not relevant to? So then when we have our one-on-one meeting, we're going to talk about, if this is possible for you. Do you qualify for this? Is this something that you should be thinking about? Even if like our session that we had a couple weeks ago about asset allocation, is still in line with this. Because even though you could be saving everything in the world, but we want to make sure that your money is working as hard as you are working to save it. So we need to make sure that we have the right allocation according to your risk tolerance. So the Secure Act 2.0 has set up a provision for the super catch up to start in 2025. It is now in the place. Is it relevant to you? Let's talk about it. But I want you to know that Secure Act 2.0 enabled workers between the age of 60 and 63 to save an extra $11,250 in their work retirement plans. That's higher than the 7,500 for workers over 50. And that created the super catch up when they said that $11,250 additional over the basic contribution can be saved. So you first have to max out the 2025 contribution of 23,500 for that other 11 to be considered catch up. The purpose of it is to give you an opportunity to catch up on your retirement savings during your peak earning years, right? But we all should start saving for your future as early as possible. In the book, I put, and this is a workbook, but in my book, I put financial independence as a key principle because when we think about retirement, we think too much about, that's when you're older, that's when you get old and stuff like that. So when you think about financial independence, it allows you to, say, I can be financially independent no matter how, what age I am. I can be financially independent. I hope that you all can hear me good because these headphones are looking right at me down there. Well, y'all would have told me if you couldn't by now. But I'm not sure because sometimes one time I did that and I picked the headphones up and it sounded exactly the same when I heard it. So I'm gonna leave them where they are because I thank God for being able to project myself. If you have any questions, I'm gonna put in our notes my email in the. Make sure that you check out the website JBBRYAN.com or AfroEconomics.com. Take advantage of getting on the email list. It'll tell you about so I can send when um, when I'm going to go live, like we are right now. You would have received an invite. Sign up for membership. There's also a free membership level so that you can get to know me and come into our members meetings. It's completely complimentary. Check that out. It's called the no excuses level, and you can step up from there. But you're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy of wealth. And also check out blackhealthblackwealth.com. The 10th principle of Afroeconomics is health. Let's make sure we increase our health span as much as possible. And a lot of that is by avoiding financial stress. No, financial stress can really be hard on your life. Any stress can be hard, but financial stress, in my opinion, is unnecessary because I am here for you. Thank you for sharing your now this portion of your day with me. Please share this with your friends. Be empowered. Let information be what we share, not bad news. This is great news. This is good news. I'm JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm established in 1995, y'all, celebrating 30 plus years of service. Have a great day. Wonderful week. Talk to you all soon.